Hi, this is Ferdinand. Welcome to a new tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to wire a PoE camera, or known as Power over Ethernet cameras. You can see I'm using a Hikvision NVR, and also I'm using a Hikvision camera. Both these devices are PoE. It is recommended that you use the same brand. Also, when you come to IP cameras, there are two types of cameras, PoE and normal IP cameras. So when you buy from your manufacturer or the supplier, just ask them whether you're buying a PoE camera. With a PoE DVR or NVR, it only works with the PoE cameras. Now, when you come to different brands, my recommendation to you is to use the same brand. For example, if you're using Hikvision cameras, use Hikvision PoE NVRs. Or if you're using Delva cameras, try to use Delva PoE NVRs. The reason for that is most of these DVRs and NVRs use open protocol, so they can work with any system, any IP-based system without any problem. However, sometimes you may have to use their own software to log in and then do some setting before they start working with a different brand. So now if you look at this camera, it's got two ends. You've got Cat5 and also you've got a power end. The Cat5 end, you could connect the Cat5 cable and then connect that cable to your NVR port. That would provide the power, and also the camera would be able to send the video feed back to the NVR. If you buy a normal IP camera, you still get similar type of interface, but you can't connect this one to an NVR. So you have to make sure that you buy a PoE cameras. Always check the manufacturer's manuals and labels to make sure that's a PoE camera. Now, PoE NVR is very straightforward. Normal NVR, you only have one RJ45 slot for you to connect that to a router. But if you look at PoE NVRs, you also have additional ports where you can connect your cameras. So that itself tells you this is a PoE NVR. You can see I've got a normal NVR. You can see the difference here. It's got one RJ45 slot, but it doesn't have any RJ45 slot for you to connect to your PoE cameras. Whereas the PoE one, you'll find RJ45 slots for every channel. So that's one of the ways you could identify the difference between a normal NVR and a PoE NVR. The other difference between a normal NVR and a PoE NVR is that if you look at the power supply, you now find information saying what output you get from the power supply. Now, if you look at NVR power supply, PoE NVR power supply, you often find that they're not 12 volt, they're 48 volt. Because they have to provide power to the cameras, so often you find them higher than 12 volt. So that gives you some kind of indication that that's a PoE NVR. The first thing to do is you have to connect the power supply, so which is the power supply I mentioned before. So the power supply will be connected to, so you do find 48 volt here as well. So you just connect the power supply. The second thing, you then connect the display. So it's normal RS232 or VGA cable. Right. Now what you're going to do is you've got the camera. So you've got the camera end that need to be connected to the NVR or PoE NVR RJ45 slot. We use Cat5 cable here. So we're going to connect this one with one of these ports. The next thing you do is you'll use a Cat5 cable to connect your PoE camera with your PoE NVR. Now, once I connected this, you can now see the LEDs, the amber and the green. It just kind of gives you an indication that it's working. I have not connected anything on the power side, and you don't need to do that because it's a PoE camera. So all I need is a Cat5 cable from there to this place. But the type of Cat5 cable that you use for the CCTV application, it depends on where you're running this cable. Whether it's indoor, outdoor, you have to use different types of Cat5 cable, shield and unshield. We'll talk about that in another video tutorial, but this one we're just looking at how to set up a basic PoE CCTV system. Okay, I've got my NVR powered now, and you can now see on channel 2 the PoE NVR is looking for a camera. Oh, sorry, channel 1. Now you can see on channel 1 it's saying detecting camera. So you can find that it's saying detecting camera. Now if you got the same NVR or same NVR and the IP camera, you can easily see them working together. And if you got a different brand, you find this process a bit difficult because you need to log in and then change few details before it starts working. So now it has already detected the camera. So if I now come out from this screen, I could now see my camera.